This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by the New Hampshire Liberty Alliance at nhliberty.org, fighting to keep the free state free. I can't believe I missed this one for so long. The latest federal abuse against liberty activists with New Hampshire ties. As is so often the case, Washington is going after people who were on the controversial edges of the freedom movement.
There seems to be a lot of interest in money these days.
Many of you may remember Kevin Innes from the 2009 New Hampshire Liberty Forum. And of course, we've all got an opinion.
It's a dangerous weapon.
About this fiery soul, Bernard von Nothaus. He's founder of the Liberty Dollar, an alternate silver-backed currency which claims to be America's second most popular. Well, federal authorities have arrested both of them. According to a federal news release, quote, "The indictment alleges that the purpose of Norfed is to mix Liberty dollars into the current money of the United States, and further alleges that Norfed intends for the Liberty dollar to be used as current money in order to limit reliance on and to compete with the United States currency," unquote. North Carolina FBI agent Owen Harris says, quote, "There is only one legal currency in the United States," unquote. So even in their own poorly written documents, the federal authorities are admitting this is about drumming out competition. Their fragile green pieces of paper are not well positioned to go up against silver, copper, and gold unless they can start forcing that real money into illegality. In all, Washington perpetrated 4 arrests in this sweep, and all 4 arrestees face up to 25 years in jail, more than most rapists would receive. The indictment also alleges that the Liberty Dollar people created a coin which looked somewhat like federal coins, but it does not accuse the Liberty Dollar folks of counterfeiting. The indictment alleges, quote, that members affiliated with Norfed sell the Liberty Dollar coin at a greater price than they pay for it, unquote. So, the other crime that they're committing is making a profit. The feds hate that one. Anyway, I want to get to some of the specifics of the arrest situation, the physical situation. 3 of the 4 arrestees were released, but this man, Kevin Innes of North Carolina, is still in jail weeks after the arrest. Innes has been to New Hampshire Liberty events on at least 2 occasions I know of. The reason they say they're holding him is because he's a Canadian citizen. They say that makes him a flight risk. I think it might be a good idea to get Innes a page on mailtojail.com. Technically, he's not a New Hampshire Liberty activist, but he has been here repeatedly to participate in the New Hampshire Liberty movement, and he could be in jail for a very long time. I also like to make a request, folks who are liberty activists who live in Canada. If you're anywhere close to an American consulate or embassy, it might be pretty powerful for you to show up and protest with a sign. As America descends into tyranny, it's good to turn the tables. We're used to, protesting in front of Libyan embassies and protesting in front of foreign embassies where people hurt their citizens. Well, now it's time for us to get, protesters in front of the American consulates and embassies. It's one case where your distance from the United States can be a magnifier. Heck, you don't even have to be in Canada. You could just show up in front of any American consulate or embassy and make your distance from New Hampshire an advantage. As long as you're peaceful, I don't see how it could do any harm. Now, I know there are some folks who are not big fans of the Liberty Dollar, even though they're liberty activists. And I agree the setup of the thing is not perfect. However, if you compare it to any government currency in the world, it has proven time and time again to be more effective. No currency has risen in value so much as the Liberty Dollar. No government currency anyway. They've all gone down, and the Liberty Dollar has gone up. I've never made a Liberty Dollar purchase that I feel cost me money. It was always profitable. The Liberty Dollars I bought in 2005 and 2006 are all up at least 70% in value when measured against the federal dollar. Even the paper money I bought went up in value, the paper Liberty Dollars, almost as much as the silver. In some cases, more than the silver. So the Liberty Dollar people were producing the only paper certificates in the world which actually held their value. I'm including a link you can visit to write Kevin Innes in jail, and a link to the Liberty Dollar, libertydollar.org. Unfortunately, it sounds like the Liberty Dollar folks are all excited about having a chance to prove themselves innocent or win in court. I don't think they fully understand the extent to which fair trials are no longer provided at the federal level for things like this. People going into federal court are not even allowed to speak freely in their own defense. For instance, you can get years of extra jail time for just informing the jury of its rights inside the courtroom. I'm also saddened to see that none of the Liberty Dollar people apparently even got video of the things that happened to them. They appear to be placing their faith in the Constitution and the legal system, which hasn't worked out real well in the past. However, if we can draw attention to what's going on, then that will at least raise questions about the way the feds handle their second-rate currency and the fact that they're trying to drum out competition. The more unpopular the feds become, the closer we will all move to the most likely solution, and that is states beginning to stand up against the feds. It's Dave Ridley signing off for RidleyReport.com. It's June 14th, 2009.
I don't know if you were aware of this or not, but there are some pretty scary things happening in this building, the State House in Concord, New Hampshire. Fortunately, there is the New Hampshire Liberty Alliance. They're fighting back, but they need your help. They offer free training. They offer courses, ways that you can learn how to be most effective in fighting for liberty inside the State House. Visit nhliberty.org to find out when the next class is. If you take it, you'll be a much more effective voice at stopping these folks from taking away your liberty. nhliberty.org